Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Sucks here. Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 16, The Unbearable Truth. If you're brand new to my channel, I break down TV shows one recap at a time. So, if you are back for a second, third, or fourth time, or if after watching throughout this video you enjoy anything about it, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, and then meet me in the comment section, y'all. Alright, so it is so hard to watch this show, recap this show after Love is Blind has been so good, so entertaining this season. But let's make it work. Let's make it work. So they are headed to the mountains for the couples retreat episode. So we see Shaq and Kirsten. She's like, let's make a beat on the wall. So she beating on the wall, making a little beat, doing whatever. Shaq is like, my name is Shaq. I am from Nashville, where I pay the bill and I don't like seal. You heard? I said, what is going on here? Everybody should be able to come up with a quick 8, a quick 16 off the top of their head. You ain't never just sat and rapped for fun, Shaq. Even I got a little something that I could throw out if somebody were to, be like, Tim, be going to spit a verse. I could do something real quick. I could do something. So they're doing that. Jasmine and Eris are packing. Jasmine hopes that they grow over the weekend and that they tackle some of their intimacy issues. Girl, hang it up. Hang it up. Boo, tomato, tomato. We don't want to see anything about y'all no more. You're like, nobody believes that y'all are going to work. Y'all don't believe that y'all are going to work. Y'all are wasting screen time at this point. Eris said that he does not want a room next to the couples that have consummated. We don't know what we gonna hear. So they're playing the icebreaker game in the car, and it's like, what is the wisest thing that they have taught each other? She was like, you've taught me to read more. She was like, I didn't teach you anything. He was like, you taught me to give myself grace. And she was like, oh, okay. Jasmine needs the same amount of validation that Nicole needs. It's just translating differently on screen. But they're one and the same. So we have Chris and Nicole. And Nicole wants to talk about what are they going to do about their living situation after decision day. So y'all know they got 3 dogs, even though we never seen Nicole's dog. She had a dog too. So they have 3 dogs, and it's very hard to find an apartment that is going to take 3 dogs. On top of the fact that Chris's dogs are big AF. So Chris is basically okay with them living apart while they figure it out, while they sort it out, and having their 2 different apartments. Nicole, look here, girl. That's not going to work because at some point, you're not going to have your dog. I can wholeheartedly see Chris pulling up in tears and weeping to find a way to get you to move into his apartment or to constantly stay at his apartment, and then your dog has to go with a sitter or somebody else. This is a setup, Nicole. It's a setup. So, oops. Hold on. Okay, so Nicole says she wants to have some urgency. What are we going to do? Let's figure this out. Decision day is quickly approaching, as in 9 days away. So y'all should absolutely have some type of plan on what y'all are going to do for living arrangements. So Chris said that he don't have no solutions or ideas. We'll just figure it out, because Chris cries when he doesn't have a solution and then expects other people to figure it out. I'm telling y'all, the solution for Chris is going to be, we can live apart, but then I'm going to want you to always come to my apartment, because Chris is just going to melt if he don't have his dogs with him. Okay? Mark my words, Nicole. Gina and Clint, they have the most basic ass conversation. You can tell that these are 2 friends. They talk about, you're going to see a bear? I hope we see a bear. I don't want to see a bear. What are y'all talking about? What are we doing? So Jasmine and Eris, they get to the house first. Beautiful house. They're in Gatlinburg. And he tells her that she has to flash a bear if she sees it. Lift your shirt up. She was like, no, I can just go like this. You're supposed to get big. He's like, no, lift your shirt up. Girl, play along. Just play along with the joke. Either you like the sexual innuendo jokes or you don't. One of the two. So Nicole and Chris, they got caught in some traffic, I guess. And Nicole is mad that they're going to get to the house late and miss a good room. Girl, this is not Housewives. It's okay. You know why? Because that big ass house had more than 4 bedrooms. I get that production and security and stuff like that probably stays there too. But y'all have a good room. You'll be okay. So she is like very moody. The entire time in the car, she's moody. Her moods are popping in. Chris is noting all of this, y'all. I promise y'all, Chris is noting all of this. The tantrums that you have over the littlest, stupidest things. So when she gets there, she's like, I'm going to try to be in a good mood. So everybody has been taking a welcome shot. She don't want to take the shot. And she just really wants to, take some time for herself. What happened? I guess that's what I don't understand. What happened that you just can't take life right now? Because y'all got there last? Who cares? Who cares? So the guys are having a pageant. And the girls are all helping all of their husbands get dressed and decide you should walk, decide you should, be confident with your answers. So I liked Aris' suit. I didn't like them big white shoes he had on with it. I think if Aris would have had on a nice hard bottom shoe, but I liked his suit. I liked his look. When he comes out, because a part of this is confidence, he tells the ladies, take a picture so I can airdrop it to you later. I said, what? Okay. I didn't care for Shaq's suit. I felt like it was a lot going on with Shaq. Shaq calls himself Dapper Dylan. I just felt like his outfit was a lot for me. I wasn't a fan. I think it was really his jacket. I think if that jacket would have not have all them stripes, I didn't care for the jacket. So I think Chris's suit looked good. I loved Chris's suit on him, but then Chris came out. His shoes were trash. I don't know what them shoes were doing, and he came out with a wig. What is the wig for? Clint finally comes out. Now he has a man bun. He's in jeans. Looked like he got on a hiking boot, a Sorel, a North Face boot, a Carhartt boot, and then he had on a leather jacket with no shirt. It was very much giving Teen Wolf. But Clint's personality is the absolute best on the show. So for their questions, they're asked, if you were a marriage counselor, what would be the biggest piece of advice that you would give? Now, I didn't write down everybody's answer for everything, just the ones that stood out. Shaq said to focus on your own happiness. Girl, Shaq, boo, tomato. Shaq is selfish, y'all, but I've been telling y'all this. Shaq is selfish. We know that Shaq puts his happiness above Kirsten. Shaq has said Shaq has already told us, I want to hang out with my friends. I want to hang out with my mentees. I want to go to the gym. I want to do my self-care. And all of that has to come before spending time with you, my wife. So we already know what time it is with Shaq. So wasn't surprised at Shaq's answer at all. Aaron said to find out what turns your spouse on and love on them the way that they receive love. I said, oh yeah? Is that what you've been doing with Jasmine? Because I don't think so. And we know that she don't think so. But okay, maybe Aris is taking everything that he has learned from the experts and his meetings, and maybe he's putting some of that into practice. Who knows? Who knows? So they then say, what would you do to fix the divorce rate? I think they said that 50% of all marriages end in divorce. Is that what she said, or did she say 1 in 5? She gave a percentage that I thought was a little concerning. Aaron said that he will raise the legal age to marry to 30. Clint said there will be a penalty for divorce, which means that I guess whoever files has to give everything to the other spouse. I said, Clint. So then they talk about traditional marriage roles. Shaq was like, marriage roles have changed. Shaq was very stiff. He was very stiff. I don't know, he seemed nervous. This ain't for him. This ain't for him. Aries said that you should define the roles for your own marriage. I think, and y'all don't crucify me, but I think deep down in the root of Aries, he's not a clown. Like, he got a little bit of sense about him. He is choosing not to use that part of sense. I think that's all it is. These could just be pageant answers, but I think deep down, Aries just needs the right woman to pull out some of this common sense out of him that we know that he has. Jasmine could be that woman, but she's not being assertive enough. And that's like, for them, a lot of it is communication. A lot of it is communication. So the winners are, or the nominees, however they want to do with the standings, will say. Third runner-up and Mr. Outrageous and Courageous is Clint. He seemed bummed. Clint just knew he was going to win. Second place with Mr. Style and Swag is Shaquille. First place runner-up was Chris as Mr. Showstopper. And then the winner is Aries for Mr. Couples Retreat King. So it was a cute little game. It was fun. It was good to see that they didn't just do the typical like party, or, you know, that like basic party that a lot of the other couples do. So I think this one, and was it last year with the prom, those are some good ideas. So Clint and Gina are now sharing a room. They're sharing a bed. And they both said it's not weird. They see no issues with it. They can like lay in bed and talk now. Gina even notes that, you know, typically she goes into Clint's room and they probably talk for, you know, maybe a couple hours or so before finally going to bed. Clint could not turn that lamp off. When he picked up that lamp, that whole lamp, it was like, I said, you gonna burn your hand on that light bulb, which sounds like he did a little bit. So Shaq and Kirsten, the next morning, Shaq recorded Kirsten snoring. Nobody wants to be told that they snore, especially a woman. Like, I feel like women that snore, they don't want to hear that. They don't want, like, people just deny it. Before I got my tonsils out, I snored, but it was apparently because I couldn't breathe. Now that I have my tonsils out, I have been told that I do not snore anymore. But, I mean, it was never something that I was like, I snore. Yeah, it happens. People be asleep. Jasmine and Aries. So they have a little back and forth. There's already an issue. You know, good things don't last for too long. So she told him the night before she wanted to meditate with him in the morning. He forgot about it. And so he told her, why didn't you wake me up to meditate? So he just got up to meditate on his own. She felt that he could have remembered from last night. They ultimately decide to just go outside and meditate together. And see, I think this is their issue. Instead of it being, man, we didn't get to meditate this morning, do you want to meditate now? It's a lot of back and forth with them. You didn't do what you were supposed to. Why didn't you remind me? I shouldn't have to. Like, that's how all of their conversations go. Instead of it being like, damn, you missed meditating with me this morning. Can we go meditate together now? It's very simple. But I get it. Jasmine is on the defense. And then Aries is just whatever fence that she's on, he's on the opposite of. You know what I mean? Chris and Nicole. Chris has left a note scavenger hunt that's full of affirmations and thoughts, because we have to affirm and validate Nicole every 5 minutes. That is going to grow very old in their marriage. It's going to grow very, very old in their marriage. Mark my words, y'all. So we see that there are some bears outside. They left some food out because I guess they wanted the bears to come. So the bears are outside crunching on that ice, okay? Clint goes outside, goes over by the bears. He said if he had to, he would uppercut a bear. I said, I know, that's right, Clint. I would feel so safe with Clint. Clint is the type of guy that looks like he's not scared of the elements. He's not scared of a bug. He's not scared of anything. Like, he's an outdoorsy man. Not like Mitch, who, you know, we didn't like that type of outdoorsy man. We like this one with Clint. Shaq and Kirsten, they go indoor snow tubing, and it looks like they're having fun. I mean, I guess that's fun. I live in a state where I can go real snow tubing because there's snow. But they go indoor snow tubing, and it does look like they had a lot of fun. They're having a good time, and then Kirsten is like, so decision day. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I don't know how it's gonna go. I was like, way to be a mood killer. But these are the conversations that they have to have on this retreat because decision day is in a week. It's probably like 7 episodes from now for us, but for them, decision day is in a week. So she said that they have been having communication issues and it leaves her feeling defeated and uneasy. And then Shaq is like, no, our communication has grown. He feels that they're still learning. What bothers me about Shaquille is that he feels that he can have all the concerns that he wants, right? Anytime he voices a concern, he feels that it's warranted and all this other type of stuff. But then when Kirsten does it, he is like offended and taken back and shocked. She can have concerns. What is in my eye? She can have concerns just as well as you can have concerns, Shaq. I don't understand why he gets so bent out of shape when she has a concern when you went and told your mama on her last week. Clint and Gina go on some roller coaster that looked like it was going very fast, but it looked fun. And then they go moonshine tasting afterwards. They talk about their situationship is what they have. And Clint said that it's kind of like a roller coaster. They've been having more ups. He said, but the downs are fun too, like on a roller coaster. Like they're trying to find something and it's not working. And I think it's because they're putting more pressure on themselves. I think if they would have come across each other and like let's say that a friend set them up on like a blind date or something and they just continue to progress and grow like that, I think that it would have worked out better for them. But it's like they're racing against the clock. And with them trying to force themselves to find some type of spark, it's just not there. So Eris and Jasmine go to like indoor rock climbing and they're like in like, the big ball pit. They're at one of those type of situations. He was like, I knew that she was like flexible from cheerleading, but she impressed me on the wall and she won. That's a bummer. But shout out to her for getting to the top. It was almost as if he was probably embarrassed he lost. But two, why wouldn't she be able to get to the top? Why would she be able to get to the top? But they seem to have a good time. They're flipping into the ball pit. They're playing dodgeball. Like, they seem like they were having a good time. But Eris, I don't know if Eris is always looking at a camera or what, but he was like, he was trying to force himself to make eye contact with her, but it was something over here. Something right here, y'all, that was catching his attention. It was so weird. So he asks her if she can tell that he is trying, aside from earlier with the whole meditation situation. Do you think that he is, oh, that's a shower on my face. Do you think that he is trying and doing better? And she was like, yeah, she wishes he would do more, but she knows that he's doing what he can. So she wants them to talk more and to be more present. Again, I know y'all don't like to hear this, but every time Jasmine says that, I can't help but wonder, Jasmine, are you initiating these conversations? Because you can't keep saying, I want, if you're not actually putting a foot forward and doing something about it too. That's all I'm saying. So he said that he can try more. And tells her to like speak up if she feels that he's like not being present or on his phone. Don't keep like letting stuff go when you have an issue. Be more assertive, be more confident. If you feel that he's on his phone, yo, Eris, get off the phone. Like, come on, I'm trying to have a conversation with you. And I know someone's going to say, you shouldn't have to say that. I am somebody, I am always on my phone. I always have my phone in my hand. 1, I do YouTube. 2, my work emails come to my phone. 3, I do stuff on my phone. So when people want my undivided attention, it doesn't bother me if somebody is saying, hey, put your phone down real quick so I can talk to you about something. That doesn't bother me. So, and that's what Eris is basically telling her, do that So then, we can move forward. We can work on our communication. So she said she didn't realize that she was such an energy shift, or should I say, she has such an energy shift based on how she was feeling, but she knows that they are on a timeline, so she can't, let things simmer and fester. She has to address things head on. And she said that all the things that Aries is saying he wants her to do more are things that she has heard previously in a relationship. So, Jasmine, you need to now take this constructive criticism, put it into play so that you can now move forward and work on having a healthy relationship. If it's not with Aries, which it probably won't be, in your next relationship, you're seeing that this is a pattern. Work on that pattern. Work on that pattern. So then we have the guys. The guys are all cooking. They're gonna cook dinner, which I feel like happens every couples retreat. The guys all get together and cook, and they're talking about sex and how far they've gotten in their relationships and all that type of stuff. Chris said that they may or may not have slept together last night. We didn't need to hear that. Shaq said that just because they slept together, they're still trying to figure out where do they go from there. So basically, they slept together once, one and done, and that was it. So Clint said that they are growing day by day and assessing everything. Aries said that he doesn't know his answer 100%. If he did, if it was a no, he would be gone by now. So he said this weekend has helped. He's just kind of waiting on some type of aha moment. And he's wondering if he sees enough on decision day for them to want to keep moving and keep going forward to work on the marriage. Shaq said that it's going to take more time with him. He feels that she had to guard up for so long and now she just wants to receive everything. Shaq's problem is that he feels everything should happen on his timeline, which we have heard him complain about with Kirsten before, where I was ready and she wasn't ready. So like it don't work like that. It don't work on your timeline either, Shaq. If you want this to work, which I guess you do, but if you want this to work, if she's open to receiving stuff now and she's putting her guard down, why are you still throwing in her face? Well, we could have been further along. Like, it just seemed it was sassy. It was sassy of him. Shaq would say, we could have been, further along than Chris and Nicole. It's not a competition. It's not a competition. So that was really weird that he said that. But he does say that he is tired of trying and asking her to meet her family. He has not seen her family since decision day. So because of that, he feels away. He's a family guy. He wants to be able to, hang out with her brother and see her mom and meet her dad. And the fact that she hasn't done that gives him pause. But he said, I ain't asking no more, damn it. I ain't asking no more. So then we have the ladies. They're sitting outside. Gina said she had a really good day. Really good day with Clint. She said that she does like Clint. She can admit that. And right now, Dr. Pepper told them to focus on being friends, and because you can love your friends and seeing what blossoms from that. So that's what they're focused on right now. Y'all are friend zoning each other. Dr. Pepper set y'all up and y'all are friend zoning each other. Jasmine said that they talked about communication more today, and she feels that it's helping. Their communication is definitely getting better. Jasmine feels that they are in a good place. She's blushing and everything. And I said, girl, it ain't gonna last. He's gonna say something or he's gonna do something. You're going to get upset, and then y'all are going to rinse and repeat and start that circle all over again. Kirsten said that she is still in the middle. She does not know what she's going to say, which way she is going to go. But she said that their communication just is not there, and it is not. And that's just from what we can see. Their communication is just not there. So then we get to the group dinner. And they go around and say what are their intentions? What do they expect out of their partner? So Aries wants Jasmine to continue to speak her mind. He wants them to take the tools and the resources that they have been given, they've been presented with, and to use those to get to where they want to be. He wants to himself create a safer environment for her, because he knows that he hasn't done that. He can acknowledge that. I haven't been a safe, comfortable environment for you as a wife. And he commends her on her grace and her maturity and her patience through everything. He commends her on her strength. She gets teary-eyed. I said, look at her. She's swooning. She is swooning. Kirsten said that she wants to get to a healthier style of communication, but she also wants more grace in the marriage. Shaq was like, noted and received. I said, Shaq, you're not going to give her grace because I feel like on the preview for next week, you're going to be pushing her again because she's not on the timeline that you want her to be on. So Chris said that they told each other that they loved each other. And he said that he finally had to say it because she needed that validation. Nicole, listen to how he said that. He finally said it because he felt like he was doing something wrong and you needed that validation. That's why he said it. He didn't say it's because I realized that I really and honestly do love her. Chris said I love you because he knew you needed to hear it. For those of y'all that watch Insecure, that is just as bad as that one episode when that guy told Molly, you look like you needed a win tonight. It gives the same vibe. It gives the same vibe. I really don't think Chris is going to say yes on decision day, to be honest. Gina then said they are stuck in a friend zone. She said that they haven't had a massive blow up. They haven't had any, real bad argument that would constitute instant divorce. So they are trying to get it together. Clint said that they are trying to ignite some type of spark. They're doing everything they can to try to get that spark to pop for the two of them and see if something blossoms from there. Gina said that she did not sign up to be married to a friend. She has enough friends already. So basically, Gina is saying my answer is going to be a no if we can't get something moving and grooving within the next week or so. And I think Clint realized that in that moment that she's going to say no. Aries has to leave that night for a work event that he cannot get out of. So he has to go back into town or back to Nashville for his work event. And then it looks like he comes back the next day. Jasmine's upset. Well, not upset, but she's sad, we'll say that, because she felt like they were making really good leeway, really good communication. And, now he's leaving. She said that she feels, she's sad about having to go to bed without him. And then now she is back to my husband. Miss you already, babe. I said, okay, girl. Look like you mad at him next week already. So then we have this 80s party. Clint is so in character. It's Nicole and Clint's birthday. I don't know if it was the same day or that weekend. But Nicole then said that at the end, she never thought that she would be celebrating her 33rd birthday, married and surrounded by all her new friends. This is the best birthday that she's ever had. She then goes on to say, because usually I have my yearly cry, and I cry about all the good things that I didn't accomplish. And I'm like, girl, you can't never just be like, awesome birthday party. Thank all of you for this birthday party. It always has to come around to her being self-deprecating. And I feel like every time she does that, a little piece of Chris moves over to the side to say no. Every single time. That is Married at First Sight, y'all. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode down below. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, thumbs up the video. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.